Hey, Mitch the RV guy here, bringing you something that's truly special. This is what's called a Super C. Not like a Superman, but pretty close. This is a Duramax diesel, 330 horsepower, Jayco Seneca. It's a 35-footer. And I'll tell you what, Jayco's a Mennonite-owned company. They build them right. Let me start out by showing you the interior, then I'll go around the outside and point out really what makes this so special. Inside the Seneca, the first word that comes to mind is wow. And then the next words that come to mind are, this is nice, because I kind of think in full sentences like most people. But in reality, look at this. Jayco builds their own furniture, for example. So all of this is what's called J-Flex furniture. They also do their own woodworking. This is all Amish and Mennonite people here. 95% of their workforce is Amish and Mennonite. And it's a family-owned factory. I'm telling you, the Bontraggers, the family that owns this company, has really high standards when it comes to build quality. For example, the high-end Norcold digital temperature adjusting refrigerator freezer. Not only does it keep your food cold, all of your refrigerators are going to keep your food cold. What matters is how long this will keep it cold without giving you headaches. And trust me, head-on that you apply directly to the head is not going to fix your headache when it's coming from a fridge that doesn't work. You got a beautiful dinette that turns into a sleeper, of course. And notice you got opposing slides here. This is a big slide on this side, you got a big slide over there, and this is on a very easy to drive Super C frame. Now what does that mean? Well, you got Class C motorhomes, for example, like your Jamboree that you drive around, that's fine. That's not anywhere near as sturdy as this. This is built basically on, a 550 chassis. This is going to be one of those ones that you could actually take industrial loads and put it on here. So what does that mean? That means when you're going around and you're going up bumps, you're taking hills, you're going 75 and some jerk cuts you off and you have to change lanes, your chassis is not flexing like a noodle. Your house isn't being twisted and turned. It makes a big difference when it comes to the longevity of your coach. Let's take a look into the back, and I'll tell you what, you're going to like the back. In the back, you've got a big bathroom area. Now that matters. A lot of your Class C's, something of this size, you don't have this big get-ready area with a real medicine cabinet that you can open up and actually have some good space behind there. Inside the actual business end, I like the foot flush toilet. It actually gives you a place for toilet paper. Trust me, a lot of them don't think of that. How lame is that? Jayco's been in business since 1968. You know what? Mr. Motorhome's almost been in business that long, 37 years, selling only pre-owned motorhomes. We only sell the absolute diamonds. Look at this bed slide out here. And I'll tell you what, A+ Better Business rating the whole time, selling only pre-owned inventory, that almost requires the power of Merlin. And I'll tell you what, Lon will bend over backwards like a Chinese gymnast to make customers happy, and he actually pulls it off 99.9% of the time. You're always going to get that 0.1, but the way that you handle it is what makes a business a good business or a bad. Remember, I was pointing out good high-end appliances. RV Comfort Coleman Mac, top of the line. You really want to see that rather than your standard Dometic if you want reliability. Dometic's not bad, but it's just not as good as all that. You do, of course, have your nice captain's chairs right here, which is fantastic. When the slide out's in, keep in mind this is the captain's chair you're going to be sitting in right about here, talking to the driver, the passenger. You get the nice view. Of course, you've got the nice entertainment center here where anybody can see it. Beautiful pull-out storage, which is fantastic right there, that goes away. And you can actually put a mattress in there and make it a nice little sleeping area as well. Let's go ahead and take a look at the outside. This thing's so fine when you be coming up behind people on the freeway, they'd be like, what? It is really nice though. Look at how beautiful this looks compared to a standard motorhome. Now, beauty is not only skin deep here. For example, all the fiberglass on here is vacuum bonded. I mean, coaches aren't built like Corvettes. People think, oh, it's a fiberglass coach, it's a fiberglass wall. Actually, most coaches are layers of material that are put together. Jayco specializes in making some incredibly well-built coaches, so you don't have to see all the bubbling around it. Look at all the storage space that this gives you, and I'll tell you, it drives like a dream. 330 horsepower, and this just rips straight up and down the trails. It is making you go up the hills having no worries at all. And I'll tell you what, it's one of the most reputable companies in the United States, Jayco, just like Mr. Motorhome. And I'll tell you what makes Mr. Motorhome different? Look at the 600, the 6000 Onan Quiet diesel there. That is very, very, very quiet. When we get in a unit like this, we don't just turn it on and plug it in and say, hey, it drives all right, it looks good, let's put it for sale, like we could do. We send this out to Arden High Tech here in Sacramento. We have them change out the fluids in the engine, check the belts. the suspension, the bearings, the tires, the brakes, everything that makes this thing go as a vehicle. And then they charge us an arm and a leg, and they make it right, they make it perfect. Then they send it back to us. Look at the awning covers, Carefree of Colorado out. Of course, it's got the power awning. This thing's so nice. Outside entertainment system, of course, so you can be rocking to the tunes. Underneath locking cover, which is nice so the kids can't get to it. Then it comes back here. We plug it into Sure Power, we make sure everything works. Then we turn off Sure Power, turn on that 6,000 generator, make sure everything works on that. Then we turn on the batteries and make sure everything works on the batteries. We will not let a lemon get out of here, I promise you that. And the 1 out of 1,000 that we sell that is a lemon, you're gonna be glad that you dealt with Lon Lundgren at Mr. Motorhome, because he's gonna stand behind that. I promise you, Mitch the RV guy, that you really want to come out here, 9501 East Stockton Boulevard. I'll tell you what, we've got parts, service, sales, and our consignment program is amazing, as in the first letter of the alphabet, a big A. I would do the Village People thing, but let's face it, I'm not a very good dancer. Hey, Mitch the RV guy, I'm hoping to hear from you real soon.